All right, today we're going to be talking about translations. Hola, me llamo señor Kuhne. Yo quiero matemática. Me gusta matemática. No, not that kind of translation. Translations are where we just slide something over. And we slide something over using a translation vector. Now, how many of you have seen Despicable Me? The villain. Vector, right? Magnitude and direction. That's exactly what these do. They tell us how far we're going. In this case, we're going 30 centimeters. And what direction? That way. So the first one here, you're just going to need your paper. Then we're going to use our dry erase graph boards. But here's what we're going to do. Just for the first one, I'm just going to kind of sketch this. I need you to draw segment AB on your paper. Doesn't matter where. And then a vector like this. This is vector R. The notation is, looks like an arrow above it, only it's only half an arrow. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to make sure these are parallel. So the first one I'm just going to kind of come over here and estimate. Slide this over. And if this was 30 centimeters, I'm going to go 30 centimeters down here. So right here would be A prime. Now if I'm sliding something over, we want to make sure that if it's slid, it doesn't get any bigger, or doesn't get any smaller, right? So if I slide this down this much, I got to slide this thing down the same direction and the same length, right? So these have to be parallel. These have to be parallel. So how can I make sure that something's parallel? Yes, sir? The slopes are the same. We can do that over here, but we're not over here right now, are we? How far is the distance between parallel lines up here and down here? It's equal, isn't it? So what we're going to do is we're going to make sure this distance from here to this point is equal to this. So what I'm going to do here is I'm going to make sure this is exactly, I'm going to measure how far over this is. Does everybody see how this is 90 degrees right here? I'm going to measure over here, and this looks like 35. So that's 35, right? So the point B is 35. So what am I going to do? Pencil down a second, just watch. If that's 35, to make sure it's parallel, I'm going to just scoot this down to here and make that 35. You with me? So now that's 35, right? So if I draw this line, is this line going to be parallel to this line? Yeah, it's like railroad tracks. It's the same distance apart, isn't it? So that was, that's 30 centimeters, so I'm going to make sure I'm going to go 30 centimeters down this way. Right there. Actually, I'm going to do that in green. Right there. And this point right here is going to be B prime. And I draw my segment. Would you agree that it looks like I just took this thing and slid it down? Your turn. Give you a couple minutes to work on that. Ask questions. Go. Okay. My turn. Now, we've done it this way. What we do here is we're measuring from here to here. People are saying, why do we do that? We want to make sure that the train tracks are the same distance apart, that the vectors are parallel. So if it's 35 centimeters between this vector and this vector, I want to make sure it's 35 centimeters between this vector and this vector. That's how I make sure the lines are parallel. Now, that's how we do it over there. We can also do it on the graph, too. And graphing is actually going to be easier. Like, Mr. King, graphing's never easier. Yes, it is. Yes, it is. Trust me. Let's draw a triangle. up here in the first quadrant. Draw a triangle up there in the first quadrant. And what we're going to do is we are going to translate it using the vector 4, -2. I'm going to go at 1, 3. That's my A, 1, 3. B is going to be 3, 6. And C will be 7, 1. Please. All right. So, we're going to use this doing 4, -2. These are sharp brackets here. Sharp brackets, pointy brackets. Okay, they're pointy. Looks like a less than sign and a greater than sign. We're going to translate this using 4, -2. All this means is we're going to take the x unit and we're going to do what to it? No, we're going to add 4 to it. We're going to go 4 to the right or left. What do you think? Right. The right numbers are positive. So I'm going to go right here. I'm going to start with A. I'm going to go 4 numbers to the right. 1, 2, 3, 4. And I'm going to go 2 down on the y coordinate. 1, 2, 3, 4, down, 1, 2. Here's A prime. So the x coordinate for this is 5, 1. Oh, I literally add 4 to the x coordinate and subtract 2 from the y coordinate to get that. 4 over, 2 down. It's like slope, isn't it? Instead of rise over run, we're just saying shift the x over 4 and then the y down 2. That's it. Easy. Go ahead and do the same thing for 3, 6, 7, 1. I will give you 30 seconds to do that, and I'll be having people come to the board. So all we have to do here is add 4, subtract 2. You add 4 to this, you get 7. Subtract 2 from the y, you get 4. So 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2. There's B prime. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2. There's C prime. Are those triangles going to be the same? Yes, they are. It's a congruence transformation. So, translating, you just slide it over. How many people like doing on the graph better? I thought so. I thought so. Yes, these can be tricky. These can be tricky. You have a few of these tonight. Most of your homework goes like this. So, ladies and gentlemen, go ahead and begin your homework.